Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Platinum Achievements Podcast. As always, I'm Ray, and joining me is my co-host. Let's think of a funny intro. I had one. I'm going to potty train his ass next. It's Gary.
Ooh, he's working on it. It's not working, though. I've been peeing on the carpet.
Sammy, too.
It's hard.
Dude, Sammy, we started potty training him, and we started Friday with just, like, him in underwear. And as soon as it was my turn to watch him, he just like kind of squats and just a stream starts flowing out of him through the diaper. I'm like, dude.
It would have been so funny if he just like looked you in the eyes while the entire time he did it. Like, that's right, Dad. I did that.
Yeah, he's a little degenerate, but he's kind of getting there. We're just getting him used to the potty right now. Giving him some sweet little mini M&Ms.
Hell yeah.
I'm trying to think if anything else is up with me this week other than potty training.
If you want me potty trained, you just got to bring Butterfingers.
Ooh. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Gary, how about you? How's everything going with you?
It was good. Pretty good. I had to work yesterday, which was ass. We basically have to work. Well, we normally have to. We have to. We're scheduled to work. They call it on call, which is completely misleading because they actually schedule us calls. It's basically one Saturday a month, and it's like calls that we basically can't. People aren't able to do during like the week. Like, oh, we need a weekend appointment or whatever. And two of them were just quick and easy, like they were whatever, and then one of them was a royal pain in the ass. I was there for almost like 4 hours. Somebody's basically, it was a tenant homeowner situation, which those are always fun. And like their entire mainline drain system was backing up, and it was just this giant shit show, pun intended, I guess. and then I basically, at the end, I told him I had to call the homeowner and tell them like, you're stuck, like your sewer is still backed up. Like there's a ton of like these really thick roots, and I basically gave him a price to like cut it out, replace it, and basically kind of like completely snake it after that. And he didn't seem very concerned. I like put him on speaker next to the tenant, and then after we were done talking, I was like, yeah, he didn't seem like he really cared that much. You might want to push him on that because you're not going to be able to use like, you know, your toilets and shower and all that kind of stuff. And he's like, "Oh, I'm just not gonna pay him rent if he doesn't do it."
Jeez.
I'm like, good for you. Like, if he's not concerned about it, like he should be. It's a pretty big problem. But yeah, it was horrible. I was there for hella long. Luckily, I still had time to head home, bust out a sesh at the gym, and then take my dog out, shower, and meet up for a man date with my boy Colin.
Oh, you met up with Colin?
Yeah, we ended up going to, there's this place.
Chippendales,
maybe,
I know.
Yeah. We were doing our side hustle. That's how we afford the Vigi games. No, we went to this place called Rewind Arcade, and it's cool because it's kind of like Scandy in a way, like on the arcade side where you like load up a card with, like credits, like, oh, how many credits do you want? And like each game uses a different amount of credits or whatever.
Like a Dave & Buster's type of deal.
Yeah, but the cool thing that was unique, at least for me, is you also like can load up like this beer card, and they have all these different types of beer on tap that you self-serve. You just like put the card in, and like you pour your own. They have like chilled glasses, and it literally like a little counter goes up on ounces as you're like dispensing it into your glass, and then when you're done, it just like basically kind of puts a tab on that card they gave you, and then basically when you leave, you just pay your tab, which is, it's pretty freaking cool. Like the beers are good. It's like 80% pinball machines, but a lot of them are actually really cool. And we ended up just kind of bullshitting. We beat the Simpsons arcade game, played a bunch of pinball games.
Did they have the Halo Fireteam Strike game there?
No, it's kind of on the smaller side. So they didn't. I don't think they would have room. Apparently they have like karaoke that you can do and shit like upstairs too, which nobody wants to hear that from me, But it's super fun. And then we walked over and got some pizza after. And him being a bro, he bought me they have like their own T-shirts at that place. He ended up like basically when I went to go pee, he like bought me a T-shirt. I'm like, oh, I guess this means we're dating now.
Yeah, did he put out?
Yeah, he did.
Very nice, very nice.
It was average, but it's okay.
You hate
it's
to
been
see
a while.
that,
Yeah, but I'm not. No judgment. It'll get better. It's
That's
fine.
your fault because you built it up in your head too much.
I did. My expectations for people are way too high and way too low for myself. But it was fun.
Was that your
overall.
first time hanging out with Colin?
No, we've hung out a few times before.
Okay,
yeah,
so it's not
like,
as magical.
Yeah, I mean it's still magical. It's Colin, But I was gonna say I told him to hang out more often. We're literally like a town apart. Like
that's crazy. Yeah,
maybe like 20 minutes or something. Yeah. Like last time we went to where did we go last time? Oh yeah, last time we hung out and went to in another town over. We went to this like retro game store, hung out, got lunch. A few years back when we first met up, we went to like this park kind of near his house, got lunch, went on like a kind of a mini hike. So Colin's a cool dude. I like him. But yeah, I was kind of trying to think of like any other noteworthy life things this week. Not really. That was pretty much it. Work was kind of
Life's not as exciting.
Yeah.
As you
I'm kind of ready to find another job. I ain't gonna lie. I was
really?
calling about that. Yeah. I'm sick of dealing with people's shit. Literally.
Different profession or just different like.
Probably a different profession altogether. Yeah. Like this is I turned 37 this year, and getting into plumbing this late in life is really hard on the body.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm crawling under people's houses. I'm like lugging around these like heavy ass drain machines. I have a drain machine in my van that's like literally weighs as much as like a person. And I have to get that shit in and out of my van on my own. And just between that, I just don't feel like I get paid enough for the crap that I have to deal with. Having to deal with like commission as well. Like I was kind of pissed off because I found out that a client canceled a job that I sold the other day when I was there for like 2 or 3 hours, basically trying to clear her line. And then I basically told her, I'm like, we're going to have to dig into your yard and install a clean out so we can snake everything out. And then I got an email saying, oh, well, my brother's a plumber and,
he'll do it.
Blah, blah, blah. Well, she didn't say he would do it, but like, she basically wanted clarification on like what we're doing. And I'm like, well, I literally explained it to you in person very clearly and in writing that I emailed to you. So if you can't understand it beyond that, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, and it just kind of bothers me. Like, there's always people that are like, oh, I'll just do it myself. Or, oh, I don't think it's a big issue. Or, oh, I have this relative or friend. And I'm like, well, then why'd you even call us?
Yeah.
Like, why are you wasting my time? It's frustrating. Like, if I made a lot more per hour, I would rather make a lot more per hour and just say, screw commission, because commission's a pain in the ass. I think I'd be happier with it. But it's basically like, the only reason I'm even making decent pay right now is because I'm kind of milking OT a little bit. Hopefully my boss doesn't listen to this podcast. That's
he's our biggest patron.
Probably. But it's just like that's really he even like because ever since he basically took over, he's like, yeah, aren't you making a lot more money? And I really wanted to be like, yeah, because I'm fucking milking OT. That's the only reason. But yeah, I don't know. My girlfriend basically, I'll cut myself off in a minute. I know this is kind of long drawn out, but my girlfriend thinks I should get into project management because she thinks I'd be good at it. I'm very like statistic and like, how do I word it? I like things a certain way, and I'm very like organized when it comes to that kind of stuff. So she thinks I'd be good at like project management, and it pays well. But I guess I'd have to take classes and stuff for it. But I might just go in that direction.
Sounds like you got a plan. And if you need a job, you can always just come out towards me.
It's so far.
I think my job's hiring.
Mentally?
No, hiring, not tiring.
Oh, it's not like you said tiring. I swear you said tiring.
No, my job's pretty chill. We won't go too much further into it, but it's sales coordinating, so not like the coolest thing, but it pays the bills. It's not super stressful, and the company kind of like is how do I say this? Supportive. Like I deal with sales guys, or as particular sales guy, and when he doesn't do his job right, like at my last job, it was literally the sales guys would just throw stuff at you and be like, "You guys just figure this out for us." Like they didn't do anything. One of the reasons I switched to this new job, on top of it being more money, is they were like, no. Like when the sales guys mess up, you push it back at them. Like that's their job to do certain things. So, yeah. Other than that, we'll get into what we've been playing and how our yearly goals are going. So, I don't
even remember what my yearly goals are.
I'm trying to. I mean, I've got my yearly goal is just not buy games and tackle my backlog, I guess, is really it. I mean, we got those like 10 games or whatever, but I haven't really touched to it. I think, actually, let me take a look. I think one of the games I've been playing is actually on the list. No, it's not, Past Ray, you asshole. God damn it.
What?
God, Past Ray, such...
What? What is... Oh, Past Ray.
Yeah, Past Ray's such a douche to me sometimes.
I was going to say, he's such a dick.
He leaves so much stuff for future/present Ray, it pisses me off. What is that from? I think I picked that up from like How I Met Your Mother or something.
That sounds about right.
That's Future Ray's problem.
Yeah, I was going to say that sounds like something that what's his face, the main character would say.
Oh, Ted. No, yeah, Ted. Ted and Michelle.
I don't know why. I don't know why I brain farted on his name. That's like one of my favorite shows. It's still early and I haven't finished my coffee. That's what I'm blaming it on.
So yeah, let me think. At least outside of games, I've not touched any movies or TV shows. It's been Sammy's been like on a fucking warpath with his sleep schedule. The other night he didn't go to bed till... One night he didn't go to bed till 11, and then another night he didn't go to bed till like 12:30.
Sheesh.
And I think he skipped nap that day too. So, I think he pooped himself. Maybe. Who knows? Kids are crazy. There's no rhyme or reason. But I have been reading my mangas. My daddy got me Moriarty the Patriot. Still holding on strong. I'm on volume 5 now.
Ooh.
He only got me the first 4. I actually went and picked up volume 5 and 6 the other day. And still good. Still pretty good. How many
volumes are there?
I think there's currently 19, but I'll double check it. And they really force all sorts of like British fiction into here.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I mentioned it last time. But
I hate when sneezes hurt.
And I won't spoil too much character-wise in case people are interested. I think it's still an ongoing series. Some of the characters get involved in the creation of MI6, and one of the characters may have become the first 006, which is pretty cool. And there's a lot of characters that there's some confusing things because with certain manga, some of the characters look pretty similar. So I was very confused by why some characters were being shown here, and then it's like, oh wait, no, it's actually their brother. And I'm just like, oh, that's interesting. I'm like, wait, it was his brother the whole time, type of deal. Whatever. Pretty good series, and I still haven't looked up how many volumes there are.
I'll make sure you're not looking the stuff live up on the air.
No. That's part of the charm. Part of the charm.
I know. I'm just messing with you.
Moriarty.
That's just my sarcastic side coming out.
Manga volumes. Let's see. Come on, Google Gemini. Tell me what I need to know. There's 19 volumes. What the hell, Google? Is it? Oh, it's still processing. It gave me one result. Is it still ongoing? I have to. Oh my god.
Is it a newer manga?
Well, if my computer would just like load.
Mm-hmm.
Moriarty the Patriot. Where? God, I can't read today.
It's okay.
It's been
I don't know how
serialized
to
in
read it all.
Shonen magazine Jump Square since August of 2016. So it's newer.
Mm-hmm.
19 volumes as of February 2023. So, but it says the manga's still going. 2023. That's a long break though.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It says it's still ongoing. I would assume the Wikipedia gods would have that corrected. Oh wait, hang on. English release date is for the 19th volume, April 1st, 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, it's still going, or maybe it's done because the last Japanese volume was 2023. And there hasn't been like a crazy break in serialization, so yeah, okay, maybe it's done.
Okay.
Which is cool. I like manga shorter, and I like them to be done because I don't. One last point of manga, and then we'll hop off it. I've also read I haven't read in a while. Go Go Loser Ranger, which is like the Power Rangers, but the
Go Go Loser Ranger.
It's the Power Rangers, but they're kind of corporatized and kind of evil. Every Sunday they make the Putty Patrol face them because the Putty Patrol's evil. I'm generalizing it and using the Power Ranger terms. But then one of the Putty Patrol's like, I'm tired of this shit, and he goes to infiltrate the Rangers like squads to take them all out. So, but that one's still ongoing, and it's one of those things where I don't want to invest in a manga for like another 100 volumes if I don't know it's there. So,
makes sense.
I've done that once, and it was for Naruto. I like to know when a story's done.
I know that's the only thing about One Piece. Like,
keeps going. It's never gonna stop.
Yeah, it's good. Like, I'm surprised I actually pushed myself to like basically catch up. It took me like a whole year, but it's like one of those ones I'm like, like I haven't even gone back to it, and that was like months and months ago that I caught up. So basically, I'm not caught up anymore, but it'll be a lot easier to follow at this point.
I'll ask you, just quickly, but is the One Piece that's airing right now? Is it the same one that was on like the Fox box, like the kids Saturday morning cartoons?
No.
Oh, it's not.
That's the four kids one. The
I didn't know if it was the same one. It just transitioned out.
No.
Okay.
It's
the one that was airing in Japan.
That was okay. Yeah. That's the four kids one was garbage.
Usually is. I like the Shaman King one, but it's definitely not the full story.
Yeah,
I have the Shaman King.
But I meant the One Piece four kids was like garbage. Like, you know.
But yeah. Anyway, back to our goals. I have still not spent any money on games this year. I'm actually genuinely surprised. Of course, there's been some creative accounting going on to keep that going. Gift cards and cashback on credit cards and things of that nature.
Cashback.
Which I'm counting as not actually spending money. Because it's not like I'm using the credit cards to buy crazy things just to jack up the cashback. It's me literally like subscriptions and just other things that we need to take care of, or dinners and things like that.
Ray's over here like, I just
the mental gymnastics.
I just put a down payment on my house with a credit card just so I could get cashback points to buy a game.
Dude, I wish I could get a house.
I know, me too.
It's so expensive.
Craziness. How do you think I feel? California is everything. Everything's like freaking 4 times as expensive.
Here. Generally,
yeah,
generally,
but still, I don't think it evens out. Still,
no, yeah, it's still crazy expensive. It's all right. You guys are going to secede soon, probably, right?
God, don't even get me started.
Either politically or the earthquake's going to hit and you're going to physically secede.
I'm just going to quit at life.
I would ride that out. As long as you're not so close to it, I assume it'd be a fun ride. San Francisco might get a little messed up.
It's already messed up.
Yeah. But so as far as the games, I haven't played anything else on my list, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I did start Forspoken. I did kind of sort of start Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 because I got my new TV and I started it up, and then I think Sammy was being a pain in the butt that night, so I just put it down, and then I think I moved on. My current plan, and I'm slowly working towards it, is I'm trying to clear out my Xbox hard drive of games I have on there because Claire Obscure comes out in a few weeks, and I'm gonna play. I plan to play South of. Is it South of Midnight?
That sounds right.
Is that the Louisiana Xbox game?
I think so.
Double check that. I'm like 90% sure that's it. But let me pull up also. Well, you go. You said you don't remember what your goals were for the year.
I don't. I'm not gonna lie.
I know they were similar to mine, right? Just like trying not to spend money on new games, like just chipping away at the backlog or being creative.
Yeah. I think it was like basically, yeah. It was definitely not spending money on games, which so far I haven't. I've been doing the kind of the same thing as you.
Trey Bueno.
And kind of chipping away at the backlog, but like not stressing as much about it, which I'm pretty much doing. I'm basically just like, oh, I want to play this. Okay, I'm gonna play this.
That's kind of where I'm at too.
Yeah. I've been actually pretty good. Like with, I can't remember if this was a goal or not. But like non-gaming wise, like I've actually been doing a lot better with like my eating habits, and I've been going to the gym quite a bit. And I'm feeling, after like 2 weeks of consistency, I'm already feeling like better. Like,
good. It's good.
Going in that direction. I was gonna say
I've had a bit of a relapse. It's cool.
Yeah, it happens.
I'm drinking. I shouldn't be, sort of, but I've been drinking more soda lately.
Mm-hmm.
And you would think, right, you just had kidney stone. Shouldn't you not be doing that? Caveat, we're a Sprite/Starry family now because there's no caffeine and not a lot of sugar in there, I think.
Oh.
Caffeine's definitely a big one. But yeah, there's no caffeine, and Starry's pretty good. Starry's pretty...
I don't know if I've ever had a Starry. If I did, it was...
You know what it is, right?
Not recent.
It's just Pepsi's Sprite.
Yeah.
I think it might have been... It might be slightly different than Sierra Mist. Because I think there was an issue with the licensing on that or something.
Speaking of Sprite, if you had to choose 7-Up or Sprite, which would you choose?
I honestly can't remember having a 7-Up. I'm sure I have.
Mm-hmm. Were you around when they had those ridiculous commercials? Make 7, up yours.
Yeah.
Those were great.
Honestly, for like Sprite and its equivalents, I feel like it's not as noticeable.
Yeah.
As like a Coke to Pepsi.
Yeah.
I do lean more towards Pepsi though.
I like Pepsi more too. Air 5, Mental 5. I think I brought this up before, but my girlfriend thinks that's blasphemy. She's like a Coke fiend. Once again, the drink, not the powder.
We're gonna clip that out and use it in the intro song.
I can't even remember the last time I had 7-Up. I feel like Sprite is just more widely available.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that. I feel like that too. I don't, unless I'm just not looking for 7-Up.
Yeah. So
it's like,
to answer my own question, I don't know. Like,
to bring it back to video games, it's like when you're hunting for an RNG item for like an achievement or trophy, and you can't find it, and then as soon as you get it, it's just everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they know they're doing it.
It's like
they know they're doing it.
It's like cars in open world games when you have to like find them to like bring them to like a chop shop for like a collection trophy. It's like, oh, I can't find any, and then as soon as you start driving one back, you see like 30 on the way there. I'm like, dude.
Oh, the one that stands out to me is Saints Row 3. There were challenges to, I think they were called emus, and I think in college, me and my buddy Kelly, we were playing Saints Row 3 at the same time.
I think I remember that actually.
Dude, we could not find emus, which are like little small.
Yeah.
What? Not Priuses.
They're like little Mini Coopers, aren't they?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just could not find them. They're little box cars. And as soon as they beat the challenge, they're just everywhere. It's like you're doing it, developers.
There's like trolling at this point.
Oh yeah. But other than that, let's go over what we've been playing for the week. I've been again Xbox boy this week, mainly because like I said, I've been trying to just clear hard drive space for what's already on the hard drive. So, I completed Scars Above. Ultimately,
what was Scars Above again?
That was like the third-person space shooter I was talking about last week, where I think I gave it like a 6-ish, and after beating
the name of it.
After beating it, I'd probably still keep it there, but it's still a solid game. Let me think. Combat was okay. The weapons are fun to use. Like I said, I think last week, I was worried that I was not gonna make the. You have to basically find enough collectibles that give you experience to use to level up, and I got real nervous I wouldn't make it because I feel like I was like 3 chapters in and I only had 5 or 6 skill points unlocked, and I think you need like 30 something maybe. But you go into chapters 4 and 5 and there's just so many and they're worth so much, and then chapter 6 they actually have you do a bit of backtracking because now you have a tool to access these like quote unquote like ancient temples to find your last thing. The boss fights were fun. I enjoyed it, and it's not a hard 100% completion or possibly platinum. I'm not sure if it has a platinum or not. I would assume it does. But if you can get it on sale, I would recommend Scars Above. It definitely scratches a sci-fi itch. Then
scratches that 6 out of 10 itch.
Yeah. Those games are not always. Those games can be good.
It's nice to use. Yeah, I like to use kind of games like that as like a palate cleanser.
For sure. They're usually not super like intricate, like crazy, complex or anything like that. And the story was decent. Trying to think. You get some cool abilities in it, like a freezing orb or like a hologram item. And I fought a giant spider. I think his name was I forget his name. What was his name? I can find it real quick.
George
of the Jungle. Oh, the Custodian. He was pretty cool. He was a cool boss fight. You had to like trap him on a lake, and then you had to use your fire gun to shoot holes in the ice, and then his feet would go in. And then once enough feet went in, he would just collapse in. You could shoot him with lightning. It was good. It was a good time. Not a long game either. What's going on? And then because they put out the Wallace and Gromit DLC, I re-downloaded Power Wash Simulator. And we'll talk more about that in the news section. But this is the last DLC. They're done.
Did they actually? I guess that makes sense because they announced the second one. Why would they keep releasing shit for the old one?
I saw a post on Reddit where someone was talking to one of the community managers, and they said that this was the last DLC that they were putting out. And what's kind of cool is it's at 100 gamers or 100 achievements, like even, which is cool.
God, that's so many.
The Wallace and Gromit. I guess I didn't say what my gamer score was at. 734,255. Also. We'll get better at this, I promise. I forgot to mention we're recording on March 16th, and you have 283 shopping days left till Christmas. But yeah, Power Wash Simulator.
By the seat of our pants.
The DLC, very easy. There's a couple time-consuming levels. Really only one I can think of, and I really hope in the next game they kind of stray away from this. Where the level's massive, but there's a lot of like intricacies to it too. Like little items you gotta spray, and I kind of wish they would just back away from that element. It's really my only negative to it. But yeah, it was pretty fun playing the Wallace and Gromit maps. I don't know why I like stroked out there for a second.
Maps? You sound like what's it say, Jimmy or whatever his name from South Park.
Maps? Oh, I used to do a good Jimmy impression. Hang on, let me. Hey guys.
That was pretty good, actually.
I used to do that all the time in high school. Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to the play. the
Jesus
podcast.
Christ. That shit's spot on.
I love it. That's my favorite impression to do.
You feel a little dirty doing it?
No, because he's funny.
Yeah, he is funny.
And he banged that big prostitute. I think.
God, I haven't watched South Park in so long. When Stick of Truth came out,
Great
I
game.
was so obsessed with like getting every reference in the game that I literally binged the entire series like over again.
Nice.
Like that had been out at that point, and it was so worth it. Like I was playing through the game, and every little like tiny little Easter egg or something in the background, I was like, "Hey, yeah, I understood that reference." I was over here like freaking Leonardo DiCaprio pointing at the TV every time that happened.
Yeah. And the last game that I've been playing this week, I started it. I don't remember I think I probably mentioned it to you. Maybe I texted you about it. Harold Halibut. And
oh yeah.
the main reason I started this one, I've been wanting to play it. It looks really good.
It looks good.
And it's like a shockingly, it's like 52 gigs of storage.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Claire Obscure, it's going to be around like 55. So the 52 gigs, I'm like, all right, that's a guaranteed. Like I'm going to clear that one out and then have enough space for this other game. And it is a stunning looking game. Like it's, I think they scanned like claymated models into the game, and it looks claymated. It looks really good.
That's cool.
Ironically, I didn't even put two together. Like I played the Wallace and Gromit maps, which is claymation, and now I'm playing a claymated game. And I actually really want to watch Wallace and Gromit now, which is weird because I think I mentioned before that the animation kind of puts me off, but I think I've come around to that. And it's a slow game. It's a lot of like kind of errand running.
It's kind of like a little adventure game, right?
It is. It could. I haven't come in contact. There's like a fish guy at some point. I haven't come in contact with him yet. I'm still in the first chapter, which I think is like 4 days or 4 sections. I'm not far enough in to know if there's like level select yet. Although you can load saves that were basically level select, but I don't know how many of those you have as the game goes on. I don't know if like there's only 5 or 6, and I didn't look too far into it, or I tried, but it wasn't super explanatory. The closest I found was like if you can, there might be chapter select, but it wipes your progress after that chapter, so that it's like the story overwrites, and it's not bad. It's an okay game. And the achievements. Is it on PlayStation?
Yeah, I think so.
It is? Okay. I know.
Pretty sure.
Yeah,
look it up.
I could also Google it, or while you're looking it up.
Shit.
Because I know it was a Game Pass Day 1 game, but the achievements and trophies, or if there are trophies, the achievements at least.
It's on PlayStation.
Okay, cool. You know what? Actually, I don't know why I even asked that because I literally just realized I'm using the PSN Profiles trophy guide to play the game.
Oh,
I don't know why that slipped my mind, but
yeah, I love the art style.
The art style is gorgeous for sure. The best advice I could say for anyone trying to play it is go on PSN Profiles, look at the breakdown of what needs to be done in what chapter, because I think we've mentioned it before. If I was a younger man, I'd have like 3 screens on my laptop going with all the different things to keep track of. Not that there's a lot.
That gets so annoying though. It's like so exhausting.
Well, it's just in this game. It's just your collectibles and it's the miscellaneous achievements. Some of them are one and done, like in the chapters. Like there was one to go jogging with these guys. There's another one to return to your boss to relay information at each step of like a side quest, or maybe it's a main quest. And those can all be done within one mission. But then there's some that are, or one story segment. There's some that are over the course of multiple days. So it's just kind of the solution I had was at least on the Xbox, and you can do it on PlayStation, but not as well because I think you can only pin 5 trophies unless they change that. Xbox, I think you can pin like all of them if you wanted. But
yeah, which is cool.
Just pin whatever achievement or trophies are related to the chapters you're in as you're in the chapter. That's like the best advice I can give. And then in the background have like your trophy, or not trophy. There's a collectible like doodles for your notebook that you get in different ways. Keep track of that. And then yeah, I don't know. I guess he's a doodler. But
that game's been out for almost a year already. It came out in like April of last year. It's crazy.
Yeah, I wanted to play it last year. I just never got around to it. So I plan on finishing Harold Halibut. I plan on finishing Life is Strange, or at least finishing base game, because I'm not buying that cat DLC until it's like $5. Like, I'm not spending $20 on a side mission, which is insane.
That's hella dumb.
So yeah, before Expedition 33, plan to have Harold Halibut done. I plan to have Life is Strange done. Probably South of Midnight, because that's supposed to be a pretty quick game. Yeah, it's called South of Midnight. It's supposed to be like, a pretty quick game. Harold Halibut's only like 20 hours, maybe.
Harold Halibut.
And there's another game called After Party that I've been meaning to play. And I think it's like I'll double check it, but I believe the story is like you and your buddy go to hell, and you're just at a bar in hell. And it's kind of like probably similar to Harold Halibut. Maybe? Yeah, you're
perhaps.
Yeah, kind of. Let me look at some images here. Yeah, kind of looks not in the. It has an interesting art style, but not claymation. Kind of looks like an Oxenfree, Artful Escape type of vibe to it, which is cool. It's cool times. Not a long. That one's not a long game either. But I found myself like I was looking for like a cheat. I don't know if you have this problem. I look for like very specific achievement guides when I'm playing games. Mainly to see how long the actual game is if you're going for like 100%. But those are also people that just know what they're doing. But I used to do it for some games if I was really trying to steamroll a game. But I don't like doing the whole full 100% walkthrough. This is literally everything you need to do, like real time type of guide.
Yeah,
I don't like doing those anymore.
I was gonna say they definitely like suck the fun out of it. Like I noticed.
I'll use them for. Some of them are pretty good where they have like timestamps, where it's like this is what you need to get at this point, just so I make sure I don't miss anything. Because depending on like Harold Halibut is probably not a game I want to play through twice. But there's some shorter games like a Gone Home. I would have no problem playing that game, and I have played it twice, maybe 3 times at this point. Yeah, because I think I did the PS. There was a PS4 version, right? And then they did a remaster that actually gave it a platinum, and I think there was an Xbox version.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So, yeah, I've been using some guides here or there, but I don't like doing the full guides. I think I have one set up for the notebook pages, and then I have one for or not one for it, but and then as I go, I like you pick out the achievement or trophy that I'm working on. Like, I don't know why I'm saying and/or trophy because I'm playing the Xbox version. So
I kind of understand what you mean by the whole guide thing because I go back and forth. Like, I don't know if I've brought it up on this podcast before, but like OptiNoob makes really freaking good guides. Like, I usually use his guides for like the Resident Evil games and stuff. I'll do like a blind playthrough, and then I'll follow his guides to basically do like the specific playthroughs with his videos. But I don't know. Sometimes like I feel like I almost get more bored when I'm following a guide. Like,
I get whiplash.
Like for instance, like I'm gonna redo God of War 2018 at some point on this profile, and he does it in like I think like 25 or 30 hours, but most trophy guys say you can do it in like 40 legitimately. So it's like, do I sit there watching a guide for like 25 hours or whatever it is to technically save a few hours on the platinum, or do I just do it I feel like doing it myself is worth the extra, like even if it's like 10 extra hours, it's kind of worth it just to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, here's what I found with that. Like, the guide is like X amount of hours. That's not going to be your runtime. You're going to at least...
I consider it double because you're basically...
Exactly.
I'll even watch it at like 1.5 times speed just so it's not as long. But even with that, like, there's also a chance that you're not going to do something first try, so it's going to take you technically even longer than, you know?
Then for games, for most games like that, I usually hop on PSN Profiles or True Achievements or whoever has the guide, and I just look. I'm like, what's missable? Like, that's really all I care about. Because if it's not missable and I can just go back and get it whenever, then I don't care. And then I just keep track of the missables.
I'm the same way. If there's collectibles, I'll usually just use a collectible guide right off the bat most of the time, just because I don't feel like going back and trying to like use a guide after the fact. I mean, depending on the game. Like if it's a game like Doom where it's just hella fun to play, I don't mind replaying some of it.
Same's at McDonald's. That's good.
But like a game like I'm not gonna dive too much into it because I'm gonna go into more detail when I talk about the games I played. But like Split Fiction, for instance, I wanted to there's no missables, and I remember doing It Takes Two with my buddy, and we just did blind, and it was way more fun because we were just basically playing organically.
And even if there's missables, it's I don't remember so much for It Takes Two, but
there's not missables for either game.
Well, what I mean is, so there's quote unquote missables in A Way Out, right? But there's
but you can still just chapter select.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like if there's chapter select, I don't really consider it missable.
I agree. Yeah.
Does Split Fiction have a chapter select?
Yeah, and it's like It Takes Two, where it's a pretty in-depth chapter select where there's like sub chapters and stuff. Yeah. So I'm not worried about it.
Did they give away It Takes Two on PlayStation a while ago? Like Essential?
I think so. I don't remember.
That's another. I would like to play it with Amanda. Get her some ideas, for separating. But but yeah, those. So yeah, that's all I've been playing. Harold Halibut. It's a tough recommend if you like slower, like okay stories. I mean, the story's cool. It's like a generation ship type story, like they're out in space, away from Earth type of deal.
Yeah,
but it's a slower game. You got to know that going in. But the art style, I think, kind of makes it worth at least checking out.
Yeah.
So Gary, what have you been playing?
I've been playing. I can't remember if I had started Doom. When we were discussing on the last podcast, but I started Doom 2016. Digging that. I'm actually getting towards the end-ish. I think I have like 3 levels left. But following a collectible guide for that, I forgot the only thing. It's kind of just the newer Doom games in general. The only thing I forgot, like, that's a little annoying is having to keep track of everything. Even with the collectible guide, you still have to keep track of, like, oh, what challenges do I currently have to do to upgrade these runes? What challenges do I have to currently do to upgrade these weapons? What challenges are specific to this level that I have to make sure that I do while I'm playing this level? Like, it's kind of a lot to keep track of, but I mean, it's still super fun, and it is. I guess it does kind of give you the extra little like meta stuff to like go for while you're playing the game, which I always like. But I'm digging it. I'm playing it on like normal, and for some reason, like I find it way easier than I remember it being. Like maybe because I've done Eternal, which is just harder.
Yeah. God, I love Doom.
But me too.
I just checked. It Takes Two was given away on PS Plus at some point. PS4, PS5 version.
I kind of figured it. I figured as much. Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that.
But digging that so far. My buddy and I started Split Fiction. We put in almost 3 hours so far. It's super good. I kind of agree with what a lot of people are saying online with the variety in It Takes Two is a little bit better. But so far, like the narrative in Split Fiction is pretty solid. The chemistry between both characters is pretty good. And there's just it's very different from It Takes Two. Like the there's still the whole like gameplay style shifts and stuff, and some of the set pieces are freaking sick. Like it's graphics are really good. Like it's really fun. I'm looking forward to playing more, and yeah, the characters. At first, the characters are like, but then they grow on you, and they kind of like open up more. Like when they get to know each other too. It's kind of like, you know. But I'm really liking it so far. It's probably gonna be a runner-up for my game of the year.
That's what I've heard. I've heard a lot of people saying that. Like that's the.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some people say if GTA doesn't come out this year, it might be the game of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think It Takes Two won at the Game Awards, right? The year it came out.
I think so. Yeah. But yeah, it's really good. I do not regret my day one purchase, or not, I don't know if it was day one, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Purchasing it right after it came out at all. I mean, granted, I did not spend any of my own money on it, but I would have in a heartbeat after playing it for a few hours. And then what else did I play? I think that was it. I basically just one of the days we put like 3 hours into that, and then all the other days I basically just have been grinding away at Doom. I'm not looking forward to. So my goal is to do the base list. So Dark Ages comes out in exactly 2 months. I'm getting that day one, and I plan to do 2016 this month, which I'll probably have finished by next recording. I'm not going to do any of the DLC for now, and then I'm going to basically take a break from Doom.
Mm-hmm.
Next month, I'm going to start Eternal. I'm going to do just the Platinum on that for now, and then that way, once Dark Ages comes out, I can get that and basically have like the quote-unquote trilogy of the newer games,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll kind of just do the grind, so to speak, for the DLCs on the first two, kind of at my own leisure after that, so I don't burn myself out too much. Because I figured if I do the DLCs on both as well, then by the time Dark Ages comes out, I'm like, I don't really want to fucking play Doom. You know what I mean? Especially with Doom 2016, all that multiplayer grind is like, ugh. But yeah, that's my plan. That's my plan.
I was gonna ask, but I just had to Google it. Doom Dark Ages will not have multiplayer. I didn't really realize that. Just gonna be single player.
Yeah, I know. That's what Colin was telling me that yesterday, and I was like, oh, thank God. I don't really like the multiplayer stuff in the Doom games because there's trophies tied to it, and it's fucking annoying.
It is good. It is good multiplayer though.
One thing.
Compared to what it could be.
One thing I guess I can throw in here real quick too. I did actually start. Me and a couple of the other guys. Well, technically like 4 of the other guys in the other Discord, Trophy Talk Discord. We all agreed to, because it's on sale, to boost Umbrella Corps over the next few months.
You guys are insane. I can't believe you agreed to that.
Mm-hmm. I want all the Resident Evil games.
I don't mean to interrupt. Quick Sammy update. He's at McDonald's with my wife, currently jamming on some ice cream, but he's playing with older kids, and they're playing Among Us. And apparently my son's the imposter, so...
He probably doesn't even know what that means.
Of course, he has no fucking idea what that means. But the imposter is the fun one to play, so...
Yeah. It's a fun one to play, but it's the most stressful one to play, I think. Anyways,
he's not even 3. Of course he has no idea what the imposter is.
What was I going to say?
He doesn't even know how to go to the bathroom.
But, I literally just did the tutorial on Umbrella Corps, because I think that's the only, like, single-player trophy. And it's definitely jank, but it's actually like I could see it being fun with friends.
I mean, everything's always better with friends.
Jason, I'm gonna try to rope you in too, because we need a 6th, and he can literally just mooch off mine, because it's obviously on my account.
Did you play REverse?
No, but I think I'm gonna do that because I think don't the servers close in a few months?
They close shortly, and
it's only like 10 hours long.
But
so.
I don't even know. Can you buy that separately? I couldn't find a listing for it.
I mean, I know I own it because it came with Village.
Village. Oh, Village is so good. I need to get back to that.
I know, so do I. I need to.
I
That's
have
another one of my games I want to replat.
I bought those DLCs day one. I just haven't touched them. But I also have, I think, the challenge mode, which apparently is made very easy with Lady Dimitrescu. Gosh, what a stone cold stunning. Know what I'm saying?
She can step on me any day.
Even her daughters, like they'll kill you, but I mean they're still cuties.
Oh, that's why you can't find it. It was delisted on March 3rd, but
Was
the
it?
servers
Okay.
don't shut down until June 29th.
Okay.
Thank God I already fucking
I just don't remember. Yeah, I
got
didn't
it.
remember them giving it out separately, but that would have been a crazy thing to not do. So okay.
Yeah, little bet.
So is that everything you've been playing?
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll do a little quick hit for the news because it's topical. One because I was playing games related to it, but also because it's the footage you're seeing on screen. Power Wash Simulator 2 is coming. I actually have 2 articles because they give slightly different information. True achievements from Heidi Nicholas and true trophies from Lee Brady. So it's just going to be an amalgamation of both their articles. Power Wash Simulator 2's release date has been penciled in for 2025. And it's adding, apparently, I didn't realize this wasn't in the first game. Split screen co-op confirmed, which is good. I know it has online.
Yes.
Online would, I don't know why I do this to myself. The online co-op would probably make these levels so much more easier to accomplish.
Yeah.
If you decide to hop on Power Wash Simulator, I'll power wash with you.
I'll power wash you.
Yeah, do a little power washing.
We can power wash each other, you know?
And
record it.
I'm trying to see what else. It's coming later this year. Apparently in the Buckingham Palace missions, there was like some slight story elements, which is cool. I didn't do those because I don't think there were achievements tied to it. No mention if it's going to be on Game Pass or PS Plus at launch. Unlike the first game, which was a huge success on Game Pass. Definitely made me more willing to fork over the $8 per DLC. I don't remember if I said this already, but apparently the DLC, Wallace and Gromit, which I just completed, is the last bit of achievements / trophies that the game's going to get, which is cool. I like when there's a finality to it.
For sure.
And that's pretty much it for that. I mean, I'm just excited for more power washing, you know?
I still need to get into that at some point. There's too much to play.
There is too much. It is a very good, like, aside from some of the later levels that get really crazy, it's a very good kind of just like zone out podcast type of game because there's no music. There's just the sound of your sprayer spraying that sweet, sweet gunk away.
That sounded dirty.
Oh, God, you know what? It's like, much like your girlfriend loving her Coke. It's such a drug to me because I finished the DLC and I'm like, I'm done. This was great. And then you creaked open that door saying, I got to get to it at some point. And then I'm like, I'll play with you. And you know what? I really want to play some of those levels again. Now the only other game, aside from Power Simulator, that needs to definitively say they're done with DLCs is Humans Fall Flat. Because even though I love that game, they just keep putting out DLC, and I think they might actually be done. So.
And at the end of the day, we found out that humans do fall flat.
The real power washing was the friends we made along the way. And then just a follow-up news story since I mentioned it earlier, and it's literally staring me right in the face, like it's on my rolling cabinet next to my desk. Literally, if you can hear that, that's the case of the game. Warhammer 40k Space Marine 3 is officially in development. Let me clarify that scratching sound was Space Marine 2's case, not Space Marine 3. I'm not from the future.
That was the person he has captured in his basement trying to claw their way out.
Listen, he knew the rules. Speaking of people in basement trying to claw their way out, have you seen Black Phone?
Yeah.
So good.
I saw it in theaters when it came out.
So good.
It was pretty solid, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He
killed it.
He did, Ethan Hawke. A little slight tangent. I love how the kid was dealing with the ghosts in the basement and like all the random shit just like culminated in his actual plan to escape. I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, Space Marine 3 on the way. And
Spit the money in three.
I'm trying to read because there's like a weird wording. Third entry will offer an immersive campaign, multiplayer mode, and innovations that will redefine the standards of third-person action games. It will also take the genre to new heights by introducing large-scale battles that are even more spectacular. That sounds pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, from the stuff I saw, it looked like there were some pretty cool big battles, but yeah, keep an eye out for that. Honestly, if I really enjoy Space Marine 2, that'll probably end up being like a day one purchase for me.
Oh, really now?
Probably.
Bold words.
Those are the news stories.
Not to be confused with nudes stories.
I don't make that
excited,
content
guys.
no more.
That's not what I heard.
Platinum Achievements After Dark. Go to our OnlyFans. So, Gary, our main topic, I think we're making pretty good time. I think we're doing pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Main topic is franchises that we would like to 100% complete, trophy and achievement-wise.
Mm-hmm.
I will let you take the floor first. If you want to give me your first series, and then we can ping-pong it. I think we're going to do... We said 3, and then I was like, I have 2 honorable mentions, and I was like, that might as well just be 5. So...
Okay.
If you got 5, we can do 5.
I got 5 on it.
Go on. Give me it first.
Numero uno.
Probably Yakuza.
So, spoilers.
I know you.
I'm not gonna start with that. That'd be too obvious. Well, I kind of talked about it, I think, on one of last year's podcasts, but I'm slowly working my way through the Fallout games. I did New Vegas. Nice. I did Shelter. Mm-hmm. Shelter was a bitch, but I want to work my way through all those. Basically, I got to do 3, which is pretty straightforward. It just runs like ass on PS3. And then I'm going to do the PS5 version of Fallout 4, because why not just play the better version? And then 76, which I guess it runs at 60 on PS5. There's no PS5 native version, but I basically told Jason that you eventually we're doing this together, and he's like, okay.
Jason!
So, I mean, I still have, even just those 3 games with all the DLC, that's probably like, 76 is like 100 hours by itself. Mm-hmm. And then I think 4 with the DLC, I don't know, it might be like 80. That's what, 180. And then 3 with the DLC is probably like another 80. So that's like 200, almost like 300 hours, which is like, fuck. I don't know. Probably not going to be finished this year. But at the very least, I'm going to do 3. And maybe start one of the other ones. But we'll see.
3 I have. My buddy, it's one of those games where my first roommate in college, and I have a few games like this, but my first roommate in college, he wanted to play Xbox 360 because he had a PS3, and he just booted up my account and put like 1 achievement in, I think it was Burnout Paradise, and 1 achievement in Fallout 3 on my profile.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, shit.
I mean, they're both great games.
They are. Unfortunately, Burnout Paradise is delisted now. But I think I bought it or picked it up somehow. Maybe it was like a Games with Gold or something. But my goal with that one is at least to just, get what I can. But Fallout 3, I ended up buying all the DLCs and everything and have the game. Mm-hmm. I think I completed the Operation Anchorage DLC because it's like one of the first things you can actually do and complete.
Yeah. And
at some point I'll go back and play it. But
do it, you coward.
I think what was it? I got Fallout. I guess they're probably both on Game Pass at this point, right? But I think I got 76 from Amazon. They were doing like a giveaway when the show came out for Xbox versions also. And then I did buy I think when I was getting all hyped for Fallout because of the show, even though I haven't watched the show and I haven't really played the games. Mm-hmm. I did buy, I think it was like for $10, the Fallout 4 like complete edition. So
yeah, I have the Game of the Year one, so like
it's all sitting there. It's waiting.
PS5. Yep, exactly.
Waiting.
It's ready.
All right, my turn. No surprise. This will definitely not happen this year. I'm trying to think.
You're gonna fully complete the Final Fantasy series?
Oh, you know it.
Hell yeah! It'll only take you 10 years.
Actually, I'm waffling between two. What I want to choose. I'll go with this one first. And it has sort of an asterisk because I want to complete all of the Soulsborne quote unquote games.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is I want to complete all of them that I own. So
I was gonna say like official or like.
So here's where it gets weird because the Soulsborne I really only consider Dark Souls, like Demon Souls, Bloodborne, and I would throw Elden Ring in there. So I guess Elden Ring Night Rain as well.
I consider Sekiro one too because it's made by the same people.
Well, see that's where it gets caveated because I don't plan on playing Armored Core. It doesn't really speak to me, even though it's made by the same.
Well, yeah, that's like a whole different like type of game. I don't consider that part of the same
people, Gary.
You know what? It's not, but at least Sekiro is a similar type of game.
So yeah, Sekiro I own, and I know it's not like a crazy ask time wise. It's just skill.
It's hard as hell, dude.
It's hard especially coming from like playing a bunch of Dark Souls games because you have to play it so differently.
Yeah.
But Sekiro's on my shelf. I have Dark Souls 3 on PS4 and I've already completed on Xbox Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin, and I think that's I'm trying to remember. I've done Dark Souls 2 for the 360. I've done Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin on Xbox One. I've done Dark Souls 3 on Xbox One. Bloodborne I have complete. So I just have, at this point, Elden Ring, Sekiro, and Dark Souls 3 on PS4.
What about Demon Souls remake?
Oh, Demon Souls I have as well. Yeah, on the PS5. And
the Demon Souls remake is so good.
It is really good. It's hard, but it's good. It's good. I will be using probably the I think I shared them with you, the Gay for Games guides, just to help me out with those.
Mm-hmm.
They're great guides if you haven't seen those two like Scottish YouTuber guys in
Scottish.
I think they're Scottish.
They're Scottish.
But they're really good, very thorough. They give you good strategies and show you where like all the items are to really help you figure out how to play the game.
Yeah.
And yeah, I wanna complete those. I think in Dark Souls 3, I'm currently sitting at Artorias. And I know I remember him being a tough little boy, and he's a tough little boy. But I'm also that degenerate that doesn't like really using magic too much. I really just try to go like sword and shield.
I'm the same way. I feel like I don't know, I'm like that in pretty much every game. I'm always just the fucking bruiser, like just fucking smash my way through everything.
Like I'll use augments. Like I'll use some miracles, or I'll use like like pine resin and different resins to like give my weapons like an elemental effect.
Different properties.
And like in Bloodborne, one of my favorite weapons was the Tonitrus because it became electric infused. So good. But yeah, those Soulsborne type games, I really want to work on completing those. At least what I have. And
yeah.
I just need to sit and commit, especially to like we said, Sekiro, because it plays so differently from Dark Souls. And
yeah, you basically got to relearn everything.
Exactly. So that's my first series I want to complete.
I'm thinking about it. I'm actually like well on my way for that series too, because I've done Demon Souls PS3 Platinum, Demon Souls PS5 Platinum, Elden Ring PS5 Platinum. I mean, I guess I still have a ways to go. I've started Bloodborne, and then I have the Dark Souls trilogy, and then Sekiro if you count that. So I mean, yeah, I got a ways to go, but I've also got like a decent start on it.
I'm also that degenerate that once I finish, like when I finish Dark Souls 3, I'll probably go hunt down Scholar of the First Sin on PS4. I love Dark Souls 2. I think it's very underrated.
I was gonna say Skrillus would like that take. It's one of his favorite Dark Souls games too.
It's good. I love the homestead element where like all your people just come and gather at the homestead instead of in like the dark dingy caves or whatever. Like in Dark Souls 3. That was cool, but I like just the seaside sunny like cliff. of Majula.
Majula Oblongata. My next series, I'm actually kind of tied into what we talked about earlier when I've been playing. I want to do all the Doom games.
Okay.
At least on PlayStation, anyways.
Now, are you talking just the new trilogy, or are you talking like Doom 64, Doom?
I'm talking like all of them.
Oh, okay.
So I want to do. So caveat for Doom 1 and 2. Fuck the original list. Those are like 8 or 9 out of 10s. I ain't about that life. I would do the PS5 stack that basically lumps both of them in together for one platinum.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to complete it, but I'm also trying to have fun and not like shoot myself.
Have fun with it.
Doom 64 doesn't even have a platinum, but I still want to do that because I've heard it's actually pretty solid and it's different. Doom 3 is going to be a bitch. That game's hard, and I think it requires like specific like challenge playthroughs. And I remember it just being hard back in the day, just playing it. I mean, I was a kid and I was just ass at those games. But
was Doom 3 on? Was that on PS3?
Yeah.
I feel like I played one of them.
I've bought it on like everything. I bought the like BFG or whatever edition on PS3, and then I rebought it on PS4. It's like, bruh. I always do that. That's an ultra rare though. It's a 4.05 on PSN profiles, which is nice.
Yeah, I think I did Doom 3 or started it. I mean, I was a wee lad with no hair on the balls. It's
definitely a little jank compared to the newer games. Because it's more like survival horror-y, at least the first half. And then obviously Doom 2016, which I'm working on. And then one I forgot about that I had started on my old profile, Doom VFR. It's basically like a condensed VR version of Doom 2016. That doesn't have a platinum.
Played Doom 3. I thought I did.
That doesn't have a platinum, but it's pretty short. I think the guide says like 6 hours. And then obviously Doom Eternal. So actual trophy list, it's 6 games. Technically it's 7 because Doom 1 and 2 are lumped together, but that's something I want to kind of chip away at. Obviously Dark Ages is coming out, so that's another game that'll be added in a couple months, but that is my next choice.
I have the one I'm thinking of. Well, no, I've seen Doom 3. I guess I never took the plunge. I have Doom Arcade, which I'll complete at some point.
Doom Arcade?
I think it's basically Doom 1, but it was on the Xbox 360 arcade.
Oh, yeah. I think I played that version.
Is it backwards compatible? It is. Very nice.
Nice.
All I have really left to do is I have to beat chapters 3 and 4 on Hurt Me Plenty, and then I have to beat all of them on Ultraviolent.
Oh god, that sounds horrible.
I'll do it. No balls.
Ultraviolent is a bitch in those games.
My next game series that I would like to complete, Mass Effect. Hey, I love Mass Effect. I completed the trilogy on the 360.
Same.
I want to say definitely the year it came out because I bought it for my birthday. The Mass Effect remaster trilogy, whatever they call it, Legendary Trilogy, Legendary Edition, whatever. The Xbox One version, I have that. I want to play that version. I literally got to I was so excited to play it, and then I got to the Citadel where you have like some free roaming, and I'm like, okay, I'm good, and I just put it down, like right at the beginning. I think there were some issues with the achievements at the time that I was hoping they like ironed out, and then there was also some missable codexes that I think I had missed the first one, so I'd have to go back and re-get it. But luckily the beginning's not too long, so I'm honestly just gonna restart the whole thing, and then I'm just gonna go from there.
At that point, you might as well. Yeah.
And then I have Mass Effect Andromeda on the Xbox that I want to. I want to give it a fair shake at some point.
Give it the old college try.
Yeah, I remember playing a decent chunk of it. I don't remember any of it, so honestly, I might just restart. I can't be that far into it. I'm probably like maybe. I would say I'm maybe like, at most I got to be like 8 hours into it, and for a Mass Effect game at least, I'm like that's early enough where and also late enough where I won't remember anything.
Yeah,
and for a game like that, restarting it won't like feel like such a waste of time. Like if I was starting like a Call of Duty campaign or like even like a Halo, maybe not Infinite because it's like open world, but like a Halo 3, if I got like and I get those are kind of different like different genres of games. But like if I got to like if I got like 75% through Halo, which is probably also 8 hours, and then I was like, I'm just gonna start from the beginning, I'd be like, that's so stupid. But for like a big RPG like this, I'm probably just gonna end up doing that. So Mass Effect for me, I love Mass Effect. It's a shame the Legendary Edition doesn't technically have all the DLC, but what are you gonna do? I guess they lost the code or something.
Interesting.
It wasn't. Luckily, it wasn't like I think it was like Mass Effect 2 DLC, and luckily it wasn't like Layer of the Shadow Broker.
Yeah.
It was. I think it was like I don't know why, but the DLC, the Overseer, stands out to me, which I think was like only a couple missions, but whatever. So
I've heard that like Andromeda, like the hate has kind of calmed down over the years, and people say it's actually a decent game. Like after, you know what I mean? And they've done updates and everything. My only real issue is I don't like and I distinctly remember this at the time, I don't like the dialogue system because it stopped being about like Renegade Paragon, which are easier options, and then it was like, let's do a kind answer or let's do an intelligent answer, and then I remember getting to a point where I'm just like, I don't remember what these symbols mean. It was more like cookie cutter, I guess.
Well, it was more like I get what they were going for instead of having just like binary or I guess 3 options, like this is a really good option, this is a really bad option, or this is just an okay option. They were like, how about you handle this like more compassionately or more intelligently or like XYZ, and I'm like, that's cool, but now I got to remember all these symbols.
Right.
So, and like 8 hours into a game, I'm not going to remember what those mean, so I don't want to accidentally be a dick and lock myself out of an achievement later in the game.
You over here with like a little paper chart that has like a little legend of what they all are.
I got the wall with the red string. Don't you worry.
Okay, Charlie.
Yeah. So yeah, Mass Effect. I love me some Mass Effect.
All right. I want to do. I don't know if I'm actually ever gonna 100% them all, but at the rate they come out with and how long they are and how many I still have to do, but. That you spoiled earlier, Yakuza.
I was literally about to like hush over the mic like Yakuza.
Yakuza.
Now we're canceled.
Yeah, because like literally just games with trophies that I have not platinumed that are out right now. There's 14. And keep in mind that most of those are like 100+ hours.
So are these 14 games you still haven't even started yet, or you just don't have the?
So I included games that I have started. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So not as bad. 6 of them I've beaten, and I have at least like half of the trophies.
Okay.
Some of them more. That's basically like the I call it the Kiryu saga. It's like 0 through 5 because I have the platinum in 6.
So you have 6 to go.
Well, after that, there's 8 games. Like, not including the ones I've started, there's like 8 other ones that I haven't started.
Do you have any plats?
And I have 6, and I have Like a Dragon.
Oh, okay. So 2 out of the 14.
Yeah. And Kiwami 2 is supposed to be not too bad either. I just never felt like... I didn't feel like going back and finishing it.
And then, there's the Man with No Name, right? That's a shorter one.
That's a shorter one, luckily. Yeah, but that's the only... That and Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, the one that just came out, are like the only like 2 short platinums in the series.
The one where everyone in Hawaii speaks Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
I did also include, maybe it's cheating, but according to PSN profiles, the Judgment games aren't part of the Yakuza series, but I 100% consider them part of the Yakuza series. They're supposed to be, but for some reason, whoever coded it on PSN profiles has it listed as its own thing, which is kind of stupid. And then I also lumped in, I know it's not technically part of the Yakuza series, but I own it, and it's basically like the same formula. Fist of the North Star, Lost Paradise. I put that in there too because there's enough like Yakuza influence that I'm just gonna consider it a Yakuza game. Plus, you can literally even use a skin to fucking change the main character to look like Kiryu.
Ah, okay.
So,
Google
like,
says that Google says Judgment's a Yakuza game.
Yeah, so I don't know what whoever coded the series on PSN profiles is just a little loco, but
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, that's probably gonna be I don't know if we'll ever platinum them all, but that's probably gonna take me a good like few years.
They could stop making games now. I'd never be satisfied, or I'd never catch up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
100%.
All right. Are you good?
Yeah.
So we're at 2. Yeah, I got my 5. Okay. The next one for me, and the next installment comes out in a few days, even though I'm not picking it up right away. Assassin's Creed, baby.
Hey.
Love me some Assassin's Creed. I have.
You stole mine.
Oh, is it on there too? I mean, if we both talk to it, I guess that counts for both of us.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. That works.
Okay. And then I'll give another one afterwards, since so that way we just keep the ping ponging going. Assassin's Creed. I love me some Assassin's Creed. I think I have currently and I mean I'm not seeking out doing all the different versions of Assassin's Creed.
No, me neither.
Like unless I've started them. That's how I kind of look at it. Like, and I mean it's gonna differ based on the game series, but so Assassin's Creed, I have Assassin's Creed 3, the remastered collection to finish, which is just Liberation at this point. So that's 1. Odyssey, Valhalla, eventually Shadows. So that's 4. And then I have...
Speaking of, sorry, real quick. I was going to bring this up earlier, but this is the best way to segue. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize freaking Shadows comes out in like 4 days.
I just said that.
When?
I literally just said that.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Nah.
Uh-huh. Who's not listening now?
You did not just say you lie.
I absolutely did.
All right.
So
anyway.
I didn't hear it. Yeah, no, I saw like a maybe not an ad, but like maybe like a banner somewhere, something like, oh, it comes out, or maybe it was like a Blue Sky post. Someone was like, oh, it comes out in 4 days. That's crazy. I'm like, it comes out in 4 days?
Like, God damn, I know.
So I'm holding off on that one for now because, like I said, Valhalla, Odyssey, AC Liberation. Then Shadows will come out, so that's 4. But I also
I'm
have...
not looking forward to Valhalla.
What's that? You're not looking forward to it?
It's just so long.
Yeah. But you get to help that couple, and they offer a threesome in a burning building.
Oh, shit. So I'm sold.
Mm-hmm. And then, what were the other 2? The Chronicles games. I have Russia and India to start/finish. So I'm at.
Are you doing that
6?
on Xbox or PlayStation?
I've got them all on Xbox. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
China was really good, and I mean, I'm sure I'd get into. I think I started India because it's a little more colorful than the Russia one, but something about it just wasn't clicking at me at the time. So I'll go back and play that at some point. But Assassin's Creed, I love the series. It's gone off the rails for sure, but it's still good. Still good.
Yeah, it's one of those guilty pleasures for me. Unfortunately, I've done Mirage.
Mirage was good.
Which is arguably the shortest one in the series, besides like maybe 2.
I would say Mirage is probably still shorter than that. I would think.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too. And then I started 2, but like by started it, like I literally put like 30 minutes into it.
Were you doing the original 2 or the Ezio trilogy? Okay,
Ezio trilogy. Yeah,
because I have every 360 Assassin's Creed I have done. No, that's not true. I didn't do Assassin's Creed 4 on 360 because I chose to opt for that was the year that Xbox One came out. So I bought the better version. So I don't even think I could complete Assassin's Creed 4 at this point, but that doesn't really bother me.
I want all the plats, and at this point, that's 13 more games that I have to finish, basically.
So yeah, up until Odyssey, I have every mainline Assassin's Creed done.
Nice.
Which I mean, unfortunately, on PlayStation, you can't get any trophies in the first game.
I know.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't go back and update that because I know they were doing that for a few games, right?
I'm not gonna lie. I 100%ed that on 360. I don't know if I'd want to do that again. All those flags were horrible. Like there were so many flags to collect.
It felt like one Templar just never spawned where he was supposed to.
100%. Like people bitch about the feathers in number 2. There's 100 feathers. In the first one, there's like
Ah!
600 flags.
There are
Not
a lot of
not even
flags.
counting all the Templars you got to find.
Yep.
Like it was horrible.
And the Templars weren't easy to beat either.
No, they were a bitch. Like
That was before the
So-
days of just hold X to parry and then attack, like the AC2
Yeah.
days.
I kind of
Oh,
hope that
dude.
they remake or remaster 1, like the rumors
Mhm.
keep saying, because I really like 1.
I loved. It was such a one of like the gaming moments I really remember is the reveal at the end of 2, where I guess it Juno, one of the people that came before, like they start talking directly to you, Desmond / the player, like through Ezio, like at the end when you beat the Pope. I was like,
Mhm.
what the fuck is going on here? This is
Well,
crazy.
spoilers. That game's like only like 20 years old. I'm just
Only
kidding.
kids these days, they don't understand.
I know.
They had like 5 years to do
Gotta-
the Ezio collection at this point, right?
I can't believe the Assassin's Creed series is like literally almost 20 years old. That's insane.
It is crazy. When did that come out? Ezio collection.
I want to say the first one came out in like 2006 or I think it was 2007.
Jesus Christ. The Ezio collection is almost a decade old.
Oh God.
It's 9 years old.
Feels like I just bought that.
I know. Wait, I'm gonna find the first. I think the first one came out when I was in high school. That's not it. Assassin's Creed 1.
Aladdin. I'm pretty sure it's
18 years
2007.
old.
Yep,
Fuck.
I was right.
Wait, so it was like 10 years between. That can't be. Maybe it is.
What are you talking about?
The Ezio collection is only 10 years older than the first Assassin's Creed? That seems wrong.
Yeah. No, that's right.
Is it?
Because they released like 1 per year after that. It was like
Yeah, I know they
It
were
was like
pumping them
2.
out. But
there was
there was
2,
a
Brotherhood, Revelations, 3, and then I think it was around the time of like Unity and Rogue they released the Ezio collection.
you can buy it for $12 on Xbox right now.
I already own it physically, baby.
Uh-oh.
Like a true hero.
Here,
All right,
you start talking about your next game while I figure out this family stuff. I'll be right back.
Okay, no worries. Next series for me is Resident Evil. I have so many Resident Evil games to finish. I had some on my old profile already done, but my OCD wants to redo them. I have literally the only game I have done on this profile, and by done I mean just the platinum, is RE7, the PS5 version. Like I still got to do 18 other games, including like spin-offs and multiplayer games and all that good stuff. But I'm actually looking forward to it. They're fun. Some of them are going to be a royal pain in the ass, but yeah, some of them don't even have plats. Like there's actually a decent amount. The online one that's getting shut down in June doesn't have a plat.
I'm back. Amanda just rolled in with Sammy, so Fox was freaking out.
Code Veronica X. Oh no, it does have a plat. I added 2 versions
I
on
see we're talking
accident.
about Resident Evil.
Yeah. Let's see what else doesn't. RE4 on the PS4 doesn't have a plat. Umbrella Chronicles and Darkside Chronicles don't have plats on the PS3. Everything else is a plat. I still want to try to go for all of them. I realized I accidentally added Code Veronica X on PS3. I can delete that. So that brings it down to 18 games. Yay!
I've got 3 RE games, I guess, to finish on my profile. I've got the quote-unquote original remaster. Oh, no, that's wrong. I've got the 360 RE4. I've got the Xbox One RE4. And then I've got RE Village. And then Biohazard.
Village.
Yeah. So Village was so
yeah,
good. I love Village.
When you were gone, I was saying it's unfortunately I had some RE games finished on my old profile that I want to redo because I'm OCD.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I mean I already did Resident Evil 7 again. I just have to do Village, Village and 6, and then I did the PS3 stack of 5 on the other profile, but I'm not doing that shit again. The PS3 version runs like doo doo, and I'm not doing those hard DLC trophies again. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Or the grindy ones. So
Nice.
yeah, I got a ways to go. That's like Yakuza. That's like one of my kind of like long, slow burns. Obviously, since there's so many I have to do, but I'm
Just give me
gonna take the.
give me 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah, go check.
What'd you say? What was I gonna say? Colin, if you're listening, I'm gonna take your Resident Evil throne. I just have to finish like 18 games. Let's see. What else? What else?
Yeah, I'm back.
Why he's okay? There we go.
My uncle was calling me, and I was like, this is very odd that my uncle's just calling me out of nowhere because we just saw him. I'm like, I swear to God, if I'm recording when I found out my grandma died. But he's saying that he's like, we're doing a birthday party for grandma this date. So I'm like, okay, cool.
Oh, you're like, this is the first podcast where you're gonna hear Ray ugly cry.
Oh, I would just cut it off. I ain't crying.
Oh, come on. Be a man. Cry your feelings out. Oh, I was while
I
you were
didn't even
gone
cry
for
at my
like
wedding.
2 seconds. Well, you're dead inside.
Yeah.
I called out Colin. I told him I'm gonna take his Resident Evil throne.
You should.
Slowly.
Slowly. All right, so I'm trying to think.
On my end, if you want to do your next one.
Yeah, next one.
Have I done? I've done what, 4?
You've done. Let's see.
You've done 4.
Yakuza. We talked about Assassin's Creed. You did Resident Evil, and then Doom. So you're at 4.
Doom. Yeah.
I thought I started those, so I'm at. I did Assassin's Creed. I did Mass Effect, and Soulsborne. Did you go first? I guess you would have had to, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I think you started talking about Doom first. I don't even know. If not, then here's an accidental 6th you'll probably get. But both of my next ones are Xbox first parties. They're both long and tough completions for the franchises. So since I'm a little short for time, I'm just gonna lump them in together. It's Gears and Halo. These are 2 of my favorite franchises.
Hell yeah.
As far as Gears, I have Gears 3, Gears 4, 5, Gears. I'll include Gears Tactics in there as well. So I have 4 to go. And if you've played any of the Gears games, like you have, Gary, you know these are fucking monster completions. Oh yeah. My mistake. I also have Gears 1 Original and Gears Ultimate. So I think that puts me at 6 Gears games. And,
Jesus Christ.
And sadly, I can't complete Gears Pop.
Yeah, at this point, I'm just gonna fucking play them out. Play when they come on PlayStation without multiplayer trophies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If they do that collection.
Yeah.
If they totally do that. Oh, and then E-Day's coming out. I mean, because it's still a rumor, but it's been going on forever. But so yeah, Gears of War. Absolutely love that franchise. It's one of my favorites. I actually have a bunch of books I have to read for it too. And then the other one, of course, Halo. I've done all the Halos up until Halo. Well, I guess it would be MCC. I have a lot to do in MCC, and I have a lot to do in Halo Infinite, and the 2 Halo Wars games, and I also have. What is it? Spartan Strike on the PC. I think Spartan Assault was the one that was on Xbox, but Spartan Strike. Let me check my Xbox app. It will be on there.
Xbox app.
Yeah, my Xbox app. You know what? Actually, get out of here. I don't want to do a survey. Let's check it should just be on my Halo Spartan Strike. Yep, it's in my files. So I got all those to play. I love Halo. I love Gears.
You love J-Lo?
Maybe J-Lo. I don't know. She did my boy Ben dirty a couple times.
She alright.
She alright.
Yeah.
And I'll pass it off to you.
Ooh.
I should have elaborated more on Gears or Halo, but just running out of time.
Yeah, I get it. I have another slow burn because I can't think of shorter series right now. But I don't know. To anybody listening who is also a member of Trophy Talk, there's like been over the past few months. There's been like a heated, I don't know about heated, but I guess it's kind of sarcastic heated, um, race to who's going to be the brickmaster. Basically, finishing all the freaking Lego games.
Ooh, you want to do Legos?
Spoilers, it's gonna be Pat because he does stacks. That guy just he's built different. But yeah, I want to do all the Lego games. I want to do basically
I thought you were gonna whip out the it's gonna be me.
It's gonna be me. I want to do. I'm not doing stacks. I'm gonna do the best version of each Lego game, and then if there's a Vita version that's different enough / shorter, then I'll probably do the Vita versions eventually too.
I mean, some of the lists are combined, aren't they?
No, well, some of them, but a lot of them have separate little Vita lists, and the game's like its own little version. Like for that, I'll probably do the Vita versions, but that's like as far as I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, hold on, I'm like adding them all to my game list just to see how many total it's gonna be.
The Lego games are good. I think I've got Lego Avengers, like the movie one on Xbox, and I think I have one of the Star Wars ones to do, but then I've also got like the second Harry Potter one stuck on the 360.
Harry Potter. Now they have a PS5 stack.
Yeah, but I already bought the 360 one, so I'm like, I might as well do that.
Excuses.
Why spend more when I can play the same game for cheaper? You can do Lego Horizon?
Be part of this consumerist society.
Already there. Yeah, you can do Lego Horizon.
I'll probably either get it super cheap or like get it from my local library, like Josh did.
Cool.
I mean, the graphics look really good. I've heard it's pretty meh.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too. Unfortunately, I should check out our library. Maybe we'll take Sammy there. That could be a fun thing to do.
You don't know how to read.
I was elected to lead, not to read. Great movie. If you got nothing else to say about Legos, what's your last series? If you got more, you can say it.
That is my last series, but I didn't really elaborate much. I play the Lego games a lot back on the 360 era, and I freaking loved them. They're kind of like one of those like turn your brain off and do your story playthrough, and then go back through and follow a guide to clean everything up. And very straightforward. It's you kind of know what you're getting.
What's
but
your
then I kind of fell off.
Oh, sorry.
But I was just least favorite one. I don't know. It's hard to say. Like I fell off, so I guess I could just tie it in with what I was going to say. So
Junior
PS4 era, I started kind of trying to play them again, and I just got bored. So I still have to clean up Lego DC Supervillains. I was playing that, and I just got super bored. But then, like recently, I played through one of the Vita games, like the Lego Ninjago ones, and it's like a much shorter experience. And that kind of like shorter, broken down experience kind of almost like rekindled my enjoyment of the Lego games. So
I didn't like the Pirates of the Caribbean one that much. That was probably my least favorite.
I thought it was all right. I dipped my toe into it on my previous profile, but I dipped it. Okay, like live update. I have all the games I added that are basically like either the best version or best version plus shorter, unique Vita version. That's still 37 games. Jesus,
it's a lot of time even for Lego. Sam literally walked up here, slapping his feet around, looked at me, and goes over to the dog bowl and just takes a little scoop out of the dog food for himself.
He just ate it on the spot?
I don't know if he ate it yet, but he will. He likes dog food.
A little cochino.
Yeah, he's weird. But yeah, with that, I think are you satisfied? You good for the episode?
Oh, I'm satisfied.
All right. So everyone, that will be another episode for us. Sammy has rejoined
you know what?
us.
I just realized I didn't answer Jason's question. Can we got time, like, real quick to throw that in?
Sure. Sammy, stop eating dog food. You just came back.
Sorry, I kind of spaced. So he said, if given the choice, would Ray play the remastered / remade version of a game in the series? I guess a series that you chose. and consider that as that game, or would he play both / all versions of the game to consider it completing the series? He specifically called you out because here he knows where I stand.
Okay, so it depends on the series. If I were to be playing, I'll answer this as quick as I can, as succinctly. If everything is it really is a case-by-case basis. So, like, for Gears of War, I wouldn't consider that series done for me until I do, like,
One
for example,
Ultimate.
One and Ultimate. Now, if there's, I don't know if it'll change based on, like, price-wise, too, but, like, if I was going to play, like, if I was playing something on PlayStation and the original version of the game is locked on the PS3, I'm not going to, like, hunt down, at least, if the opportunity eventually arises, maybe I would go do it, but it really depends on what's available, what I already have at my disposal, and how much I like the franchise. Like, I did Far Cry 3 like remaster, and I did the Blood Dragon remaster, but I also did those on the 360. If I had just done the newer one, then I would be like, all right, I've done the franchise. Like, it really is a case by case basis. Like, for Halo, for example, the MCC, I would love to have that complete, but I've also already done all those games to completion, so I wouldn't be like, I wouldn't be like, oh, I don't have the whole series complete because I've done it. And Halo MCC is just a monster to take down. So
yeah, for sure.
Not the best answer or most definitive, but it's case by case, really.
Yeah.
Also depends, you know, which side my dick's hanging that day. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. I'm OCD, and I think I brought this up before, but like I consider the PS4 version of RE4 like the non-remake its own thing, and I want to do both. Like the OCD in me wants to do like if there's like a remake or whatever, or like a much better version, I still kind of want to do both, which sucks because I kind of want to do both versions of Persona 5, which is fucking ridiculous. It's like $100 per game.
Hang on. Do you want to say hi?
Hi.
Say hello.
Hello.
Say hi, Gary.
Okay.
Here, you want to hear the earplug? Here, say hi, Gary.
Okay.
Hi, Sammy.
All right, buddy. Why don't you go downstairs? I'm almost done. All right. So with that, it's been a lovely episode chatting with Gary. Go down, play the algorithm game. Subscribe, like, comment, share. Let us know what you think. If you want to find me, I'm Smackerly everywhere.
I am the Sly G Cooper everywhere but Xbox. Just drop the and you're golden.
All right. Thanks for listening, everyone. Yep. Bye-bye. I got to stop a dog fight that's about to happen between my kid and my dog. Bye.
Bye. Sorry, Lily.
Oh, also keep on hunting.